Hi, I'm Leah from Indiana. Before I continue, please hit like and subscribe. Since I was a baby, I was meant to be a dancer. I could dance before I could even walk. I would do the cha-cha while cleaning my room, and bust a move while brushing my teeth, and of course, I was shaking it all the way to and from school. People smiled and laughed when they saw me, but I never cared. When I was 10, I would watch my friends head off to dance class after school. It would tear me up inside to see them living my dream. I came home one day as my mom was finishing her makeup. Mom, can I please go to dance class? All my friends are going.
You're not going. You have no idea how much that class costs.
There was no other parent to ask at that time. Just me and Mom and whoever she was dating that week. But Mommy, please. I swear, I'll do your laundry and chores, and when I make money from ballet, you'll get makeup from Sephora. I'll take you shopping, whatever you want. Pretty please. This means everything in the world to me.
We'll see if that ever happens. Right now, I don't have time for this. I'm going to be late. The answer is no, and that's final.
She left me alone in the cold house while she sped off in Ted or Fred's Ferrari to some fancy dinner. For me, another night of instant noodles. I felt devastated with how my life was going, just dreaming about my dream of dancing. But then I turned 12. I was alone, like always, and before I could blow out my candle on my plain cupcake, it flickered out. Oh no, there's still so much to wish for. I was about to leave for school when Mom barged in.
Hold on, Leah. You have mail.
My mom handed me a card with my name and address on it. Who's it from, Mommy? To Leah, from Aunt Lucy. Who's Aunt Lucy?
I haven't spoken to her in years. I don't talk to that side of the family.
She gave me a ticket. Mom snatched it immediately from my hand. That's not a ticket. It's a check for $10 million. My mom went crazy. It was like she stepped into a Louis Vuitton fever dream. I didn't even know she was that loaded. I could do so much with this. I could buy a Gucci dress, an MK bag, and a diamond set. And I can't wait to see the look on Mary's face. She'll be fuming. And oh, that Tony who dumped me, he'll come crawling back like a puppy, begging me to take him back. I didn't remember the last time my mom looked so happy. She showered me with hugs and kisses, even making me twirl around like a ballerina. I had so much to ask Aunt Lucy, but Mom said she didn't have her number or anything. And when I turned 14, Mom decided to move. So we packed up everything and headed to New York City. That's right, the Big Apple, the city that never sleeps. We were ready to start a new life. I finally signed up for dance lessons at an art school. Me, the girl who used to have holes in her shoes, had ballet slippers. I practiced every day until my legs cramped, but I was ecstatic. My mom also had new friends, like Tiffany, Chanel, and Fendi. I had always wanted to be close to Mom, so I joined her shopping sprees, and it worked out great. I guess that's what I was always missing. We would spend our time stocking the malls for the best clothes, handbags, and of course, shoes. Oh, Leah, we have to get these too. I was covered with shopping bags and balancing shoe boxes while scooting through the aisles. I could barely see in front of me through Mom's haul. Hurry up! We don't want to miss the first drop of Balenciaga's new collection. I'm right behind you. But honestly, when we were in these very posh stores, I felt like a princess. I was offered fancy drinks, tried on expensive dresses, and best of all, I felt so close to my mom. I walked out of the dressing room in a sparkling dress. Now spin around. Oh, beautiful, so beautiful. We'll take it. I looked at myself in the mirror. I could barely recognize myself, but maybe this is who I was supposed to be. I carefully teetered in the heels my mom had picked out for me, but crashed into the mirror. Do you think we could look at some flats? While I spent so much time with my mom, I might have been distracted from my dancing. My dance teacher seemed to be losing patience with me.
Okay, Leah, you're up next. Saute.
I smiled nervously at my dance teacher, attempting to jump, but fumbled the landing. The other students giggled at me.
Have you been practicing?
Yes, of course. I lied. What time did I have to practice? School was out at 3. I told my mom I would be at Bloomingdale's by 4. I mean, it was so unreasonable. Besides, I never looked more like a ballerina. The clothes, the hair, the shoes, the makeup. I was the definition of what a ballerina looked like. It wasn't my problem if my teachers couldn't see it. By the time I was 16, me and my mom had our routine down. Shopping, dining, and dining. Mom had friends she'd visit while I was in school, and we'd chat about them over dinner. And you wouldn't believe her hair. It's turned this terrible orange color. And her roots? Oh, her roots could be seen from outer space.
Honestly, Leah, I'm beginning to think you're my only real friend.
She loved me. My mom loved me. Just then, two men walked into the restaurant and surrounded us with serious faces.
Jeannie Roberts?
Yes? What is your problem? They flashed their badges at us. It was the police.
You have to come with us.
Excuse me? I am not done with my dinner. I want to speak to your manager.
Jeannie Roberts, we need to talk to you about your tax evasion.
This is ridiculous. You don't have the right person. You're gonna ruin my blouse. Mom, what's going on? Leah? I will call you as soon as I can. Can you let up a little? This is silk. The police dragged my mom out of the restaurant. I didn't know what else to do, so I ran back to our apartment. I paced and cried, staring at my phone. My mom was arrested. What on earth could I do? Finally, at midnight, the doorbell rang, and it was Mom. Mom, what's going on? Listen, I have to be quick. You need to get help. Otherwise, they'll put me away for good. They said tax evasion, but you haven't done anything. We have the money. Tell the police we have millions of dollars. We don't, Leah. It's gone. My stomach dropped. I need you to get me out of this trouble. I need you to go see Aunt Lucy and ask for the money. They have people watching me. They'll pounce on me if I try to leave the city. But you said you didn't know anything about her. Yeah, I just remembered her address. Go to her and get the money so I can get out of here. I had no other choice. It was just me alone, and I had to save my mom. I hopped on the first train I could find. There were 1 million people on the subway, and I squeezed my way through the crowd. The train car jerked, and the guy's soda splashed all over my face. He glared at me.
Hey, watch it.
But he splashed me. Finally, I arrived at my aunt's house and knocked on the door. Her house towered over me with dozens of closed shutters and fading awnings. I'm not interested in buying anything. I'm not selling anything. I'm Leah. Are you Lucy? I'm looking for my great Aunt Lucy. Leah? I ran to her and opened my arms for a much-needed hug, but I was taken aback when Aunt Lucy sidestepped me like she was avoiding a bug. Do you know you look very sticky? I know. I took the subway here. My mom asked for your help. You helped us before, and we appreciate it, so I didn't help you. Well, with the money you graciously gave us, you helped us a ton. That was your father's last investment. I was instructed to cash it out and send it to his next of kin. That's you. My dad? I can only recall bits and pieces of him. I know. You're not missing out. So, Jeannie's in trouble. You want something from me? Why should I bother? We're family, aren't we? I always disliked your mother. Spoiled, selfish, and vain. Does the apple fall far from the tree? You look just like her. But I didn't look like myself. She wanted me to leave, but I couldn't. She was my only hope. I kept pestering and pleading with her for days, buzzing around her like a pesky fly. Finally, after what felt like forever, she talked to me. This used to be a hotel, you know. I took care of everything, and I was great at it. But it's hard for a person my age to manage everything around here. There's too much space and too many stairs. I have a few guests coming over, but I don't have much staff. I would like to see how useful you can be. Whatever you need, I can do it. I needed to win her over to save my mom, so I got to work by cleaning out the fireplace. Large chunks of ash rained down on me, covering the floor in a thick blanket of gray. Oh my God, what a mess. Leave this and go wash your face. And when I scrubbed the windows, one of the panes cracked and a large piece of glass fell. I caught the glass right before it hit the floor. Oh no. I heard some guests coming, so I quickly shoved the glass under the bedspread. A large, older man entered the room and plopped down on the bed. The glass made a large crunching noise and the man screamed. New sheets. You must need new bed sheets. I scampered out of the room and caught Aunt Lucy giving me the death stare. On the way to get new bed sheets, I bumped into a flower vase and knocked water everywhere. I sprinted off into the hall and grabbed the mop to clean, and then thud! The rest of the guests slipped and fell. Oops, I think I forgot the wet floor sign. Ugh, it's gonna be one of those days. I totally screwed up, and I knew there was no way she'd forgive me. So I hid from her, and when she finally found me, I started bawling like a baby. She couldn't be mad at a sobbing girl, right? I could see her face soften, and I figured I had a chance to get on her good side. I tried to make up for all the mistakes I had made. I gave my aunt a foot massage, made her fresh juices and warm soup, and in my final efforts, I polished her dresser and found a music box. Don't break it. Oh, I wouldn't. I love it. I'm a ballerina too. Well, maybe. I used to be. You're a little young for used to be anything. For me, this ballet feels like Aunt Lucy and I were finally talking, and it felt like the ice was melting. She told me how she used to be a dancer. When I was a baby, my dad would tell her all about how much I loved dancing. I finally got through to my aunt, but I still needed her help. I brought up how desperate I was to save my mom. I was wrong.
You're not like your mother at all. Okay, enough of all this. Let's go. We took a car downtown and met my mom. What on earth happened, Jeannie? You are still as disappointing as ever.
Ugh, here we go. Why did you even bother to come here? You could have sent the money with Leah, but I guess belittling an innocent woman is more your speed. Aunt Lucy asked Mom for her tax forms, but all she got was silence. Mom, just give her the paperwork. She'll help us. What's wrong with you?
Okay, fine. I'll just leave.
And then Mom spilled the beans. She had conned us. The cops were fake. The tax problem was fake. All a scheme to get money from Aunt Lucy. I can't believe this, Mom. How could you do this?
I had to. The bank was gonna take the apartment, so I had no choice.
I was in debt and knew only you could convince your aunt.
I'm sorry. I know I spent a little.
But I spent on you too, and it was for us, right, Leah? It made you happy, right? You were happy, and that's what made me happy. But I'm behind on all of my classes. We're out of money, and we don't even have the apartment. And now you're definitely not happy anymore, so I'm not happy. And I don't see how I could ever become a dancer.
Enough. Leah, you need to go to school and work on your studies. You want to be a ballerina?
Yes, of course.
Then you are coming with me. And Jeannie, you need to pay all of this off. You'll need a source of income to dig your way out of this.
This is an impossible situation.
I know I made a mistake, but I want to change, and I can't live without you, Leah.
I had doubts, and I was furious too. I even stepped outside with my aunt to leave, but then I realized I couldn't abandon my mom, not even after all the things she did. Okay, Mom, I think we should try to be a family, all of us together. I believed that this time it was gonna work out. The three of us went back to the hotel and were ready to start our new lives together. But the next morning, Mom, I ran around the hotel but couldn't find my mom. Her clothes and purse were gone. I searched up and down until I got to the front desk. The cashier's box was completely empty. She left and took my Aunt Lucy's money. I was devastated. I brought her here, and it all happened because of me. What should I do? I had brought on enough trouble, and I had to earn and return every penny back to my aunt.
Leah, are you leaving too?
I'm so sorry, Aunt Lucy. I just wanted us to be a family. I don't want to cause you any more trouble. I thought it would be better if I just left. I'm so sorry about my mom. I wanted to believe that she would be different, but she wasn't. Just the same horrible, selfish woman.
Leah, you don't have to go. It's not your fault. We're family. Sometimes the family you're given isn't the family you end up with, and that is okay.
Really?
Really, I love you. And I do have some good news. I made a few phone calls, and you have an audition next week.
Oh, thank you. I love you too, Aunt Lucy. At the audition, I danced my heart out, and for the first time ever, I was supported and loved by my Aunt Lucy. And that sounds like the perfect kind of family to me.